name?
Jean-Paul Pierre.
Some shit like that, yeah. Paul Pierre.
Yeah, Jean-Paul Pierre.
I think he blew his hand off with some firecrackers or some shit. Oh, shooting a gun or something?
Holding the firecracker in his hand.
He lost his fingers and shit.
That's the dumbest shit doing.
Hell yeah. He was still playing though. Like, you still playing then?
Yeah, but I'd rather have my hand.
You best believe that. That's for sure. What it do, GJ? Welcome to Rabbit Reality. You know what I'm saying?
It's the new joint.
Rabbit Reality. We talk all sports all day. You know what I'm saying? Especially dub ass. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I see y'all made a little comeback there.
Oh yeah. Oh, you was talking about Jason Pierre-Paul. He's still a beast. Look, he's still a beast with that fist he got now.
No. He can't grab nobody. He can't stop us.
He's still a beast out there.
Hey,
he got a ball in hand.
I'm sending all running backs his way, yeah.
I'm surprised. I was surprised, man.
Make it so bad. He was the only one in the Bucks that made the fucking Pro Bowl.
Now, don't get me wrong. He's still balling, but obviously defense is not running to the hand. Where he got reach. Cause we going there all the time. He got grab somebody on my side. Fuck that. You're pawing at people and shit. He got grab us. We coming around there, dog. You know what I'm saying? What it do? Talk to me. Hey, first I want to talk about how you feel about Jay Gruden and all these emails been popping up here.
Oh yeah. That surprised me, man. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I know for me, you only know what they present to you on TV. You know, like we don't know these people. We just hope that they as cool and nice and funny as they are on TV.
That's true.
It caught me off guard, man. I know I listened to Keyshawn Johnson talk about it today, and he was fired up, boy.
Yeah.
But he said Keyshawn said he was the only one that knew that what type of currency he had.
Yeah.
See,
I wish we could play a clip of what he said, but he said everybody else was fooled, but I wasn't.
You might could play an audio clip of it. You probably could play the audio without the video, but
he said everybody else was fooled, but I wasn't.
my thing was the first thing that he said, like when I read it, I didn't think nothing of it. If it was just that one thing, because it was back in the day, and at the same time, John Gruden, especially from a TV personality person, he just quirky anyway. He has these weird analogies. He says these weird things. Yeah. He just has that weird little personality. So I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just like, a way he would have said something, right? But then when everything else came out, I was like, whoa. I was like, all right, then. I guess it was a little more to it than I thought, because it surprised me, just because you just all is what they give you on TV and what the players have said about him in the past, and I even from Keyshawn Johnson's perspective, I hadn't heard anything from him either. Not that he would have said it. I don't think he would have said anything publicly, because he would have had technically no merit to it, I guess. He kind of would have had the personal experience, but he wouldn't have had really any merit to it. But I haven't heard anybody say anything about him, and it's weird because they said the investigation came from the Washington football team, because they were investigating their old owner or whatever, because he was crooked.
Ain't that crazy shit, yeah?
And that's the other thing. The FBI raided their facility recently too, like the past week. So the Washington football team got a lot of shit with them right now.
This was the investigation they had about the racist people in the organization that they had. I think what's his name? Allen and then was there?
Bruce Allen.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Washington.
They remember they investigating the culture of the Redskins. And his emails was in there. That's what got put up.
And it was a bunch of them too. It was like 600,000.
For 7 years.
They said about from 2010 to 2017, 18.
God dang.
But
this shit just came out Friday.
Right.
He quit already.
because he already know what's about to come down.
You best
Well,
believe it.
His career's over for real.
Well,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how that go. You know how that go. They say you resign, but you probably got fired, right? They try to say you resign so it make you look a little bit better on you. Like
True.
my thing is like from what I saw, from what I heard, I don't think it was any recovering from it. Like the crazy part is, he was being homophobic, and he got a gay person on his team. Like he came out during the season. So like I was wondering about that. Like how like he must have just been kind of like, oh, I'm proud of you, and then behind his back, like like my thing, and like not to condone it by any means, but like if you're gonna do something stupid, you can't leave a receipt to it. It's an email. Anybody can find it. That's what blows me when people do stupid stuff, but then they don't like cover the steps up. Like why would you do that?
When he say I don't want to talk about this no more after this. Like what? You got 7,000 emails. You mean you don't talk about it no more? We only heard about 3 of them. Fuck you. And got so much more to happen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like why?
One of the emails I heard about was about Michael Sam too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because my thing is like it's one thing to talk about people. Like I mean, I'm sure I know plenty of people who probably say stuff they probably shouldn't say behind closed doors. But can you really come after somebody behind closed doors? This man literally sent this through an email, and got busted because basically that was proof of him saying it. Like how? What?
But
how stupid can you be?
The funny part about this, you send them to somebody.
Yeah.
That person on the other end is like, nigga, who are you talking to? Where you keep sending stupid stuff to?
Well, he sent it. Didn't he send it to Bruce Allen? And once Bruce Allen was out of a job, he didn't have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But see, the other thing about it, it opened up a can of worms. Now, it opened up a big ass can of worms too, because Bruce Allen under investigation. Who knows? Daniel Snyder might be investigated again too.
Let me ask you: if you was on the team though, and that all that shit happened, all of a sudden, and up until then, you ain't had no feeling he was none of that, right? And then you just hear all that. You on the team, you black and you gay. Like how you look at him when he walk in the room now?
You gotta look at him different.
That's why he resigned so damn. That's why he resigned so fast.
They had to do one. They had to do one or the other. Either way, I think he was gonna be out.
Fired.
You know what I'm saying? Like either way, I think he was gonna be out because you can't have, like you said, you can't have the people that you make fun of, basically anybody that don't look like you or act like you, in front of you, and like that ain't how it works.
Good job. How you doing, Dan?
I mean, because it's different, right? Like we talked about it a lot during like the last couple of political races too, right? When I came on and we talked about different stuff, and it's different when you far away, right? Rabbit, you live in DC, but you probably won't see you wouldn't during his run, you wouldn't see Donald Trump, right? Oh, no. So like you ain't got to interact with these people, even though, right, they still got these these crooked backgrounds. So that's kind of how I feel too. Like I'm like it's like if I had a boss, right? If my boss that I see every day is like racist and all this, and I'm like, wow, either you gotta go or I gotta go. One of us gotta go. Like I can't do it, because you holding me back. So but then like you said, but then like I feel like it's different if it was like the CEO. If it's the CEO, I'm not gonna see the CEO. I still work for the CEO. I still may consider leaving, but like I don't necessarily work hand in hand with the CEO like I would like you said with a coach.
It's tough because in one way you he's a racist or homophobe or whatever. You contributed to him, even though he's like an owner or something. You don't see him, the CEO. You don't see him, but your work contributed to his money, even though indirectly you don't want nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? But you only here for the work itself, so it's kind of hard to balance. Walking there every day in front of a supervisor or somebody that's around you all the time when you're working, that's different.
And I'll never get over the whole uproar about the kneeling. I just won't. I
It was
like
over the top.
like I never get over the uproar about it. Like
He had an issue about that.
you want people to stand up, but then when they do, you don't like the way they do it.
And he had an issue about that. He had an issue about female lady referees.
And then did y'all see he had apparently he had pictures of the Washington football team's cheerleaders that like let's just say provocative
I got
pictures of the Washington football team's cheerleaders. Yeah.
But
Hey,
That was
he
a good part of it.
heard because he got some things coming. them emails gonna burn him up in the next 2 weeks, boy.
they're gonna burn the Washington football team too.
Is
Because you
Dan
gotta
Snyder still the
remember,
owner?
Bruce Allen not there no more, but some shit just went down over there just recently. Like last week, they had a raid of their facilities. For what? And I heard it's for like some drugs or some illegal druggings or something like that.
Dang.
So Washington football team, every time something go down like this, they link to it. Dave Snyder, they already on the investigation for the culture.
Oh yeah.
Now they on investigation with steroids or something. That was the leak of the story recently of there. Now they got emails. So Boston football team is just
Now,
this is
remember,
all over the place right now.
going into this, they was good. They was 3-1. Everybody was looking. Their team was looking good. That I mean, the floor fell from under them, man.
I mean, from a football perspective, I don't know if anybody thought they was that good anyway. I mean, like they was putting up
I
numbers,
didn't think it was that.
but
was,
it's the Raiders. They always start out pretty well, and then they taper off like always.
Oh yeah.
it says same thing with the Rams. They start off good, now they just gone down the damn drain.
So who they gonna have take a spot?
Gruden?
They got the officer, they got the assistant coach over there that's taking the spot right now, temporarily. But
Dang.
I think they're gonna have to slap him in the face and try to put a black man there.
You know
I
they
can see
gonna do
that.
that. They probably get female referees running around on that thing. They gonna bring the whole works in next year. But I think the enemy gonna be the coach of rebounds.
I think he done, and I think his brother done too.
You think his brother gonna get tainted off this?
Yeah, you gotta think about it. He the one that got him the job up there.
I don't know.
Well, you know, it was weird too.
He gave him a recommendation, I should say.
You kind of feel bad if Sean McVay ain't connected in it, because one of the emails was to Sean McVay's like uncle or something, the Rams coach, his uncle or something. So like, if you know, I mean, I don't know anything about Sean McVay past what I see on TV, right? So if Sean McVay ain't involved in any way, he kind of like, can y'all keep my name out of this?
Hey, stop. Hey, I think they paid Gruden off just to go ahead and be quiet. They didn't fire. He gonna get his money too. Watch. They'll give him his money, so he just go ahead and don't start running his mouth because he probably know a lot. He wouldn't just email it Allen. Probably email Dallas Cowboy owner for in them emails. I know he in them emails. He like that type talk.
Look, he might have some.
Jerry Jones ain't fucking with him.
Look, he might have some of them cowboy cheerleaders on there.
You best believe. All the owners got together like, hey, you want to just pay him though, because I ain't got time.
Jerry Jones ain't fucking with him. He's smarter than that.
Oh,
he might be old. He ain't that stupid.
He ain't even emailing nobody. Yeah.
He ain't call your ass before anything.
This race shit gonna come to your face. Just talk to you.
That motherfucker ain't gonna leave no paper trail.
You got to recoup.
No, sir.
Hey, what y'all think about the Nets talking about some he done for the season if they don't take the shot?
Yep, I heard about that.
Kyrie Irving. Now he's already done for all the home games anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Kyrie though. You know, like it's Kyrie. Kyrie will take off for literally anything. I mean, he's done it in the past. I mean, he did the Celtics wrong. I feel like he's done the Nets wrong. So I mean, it's just Kyrie. You know, Kyrie want to be heralded as some leader or something, but then at the end of the day, he do the same thing he always do. You know, he cower.
It's kind of hard. This whole thing tricky, but it's only a certain amount of, like I was telling them on the podcast, that it's only so far that he can go with that, because then he hurting his family, right? Wherever they live at, wherever the kids going to school at, that's going to start being in jeopardy once he ain't getting that same money in. So to me, it's only so far you can go, because that's a lot of money. It ain't like you working for $10 an hour or something. You be like, man, fuck y'all, man. I ain't got time. You ain't sticking me in no meeting. You know what I'm saying? We talking about millions of dollars. Meaning, if you don't take the shot the next day, you ain't gonna have as much money in your bank account as you did before. It's not good.
Well, and it's like too, you know, don't really matter what you think about the shot per se, right? Like these NFL, these NBA athletes, right? Like us normal folks, right? We might be scared of they might microchip us or something. They don't care about these NBA athletes. These NBA athletes are like everything that brings them money and entertainment. So like the whole like they might microchip us even though we stand there with one all the time. You know, or like the whole thing of we don't know what's in it, right? That blows me. Somebody said, and I don't know, I didn't ever think of it. I wish I would have thought of it first. But somebody said, it was like, how you gonna not get the vaccine because you don't know what's in it? But you at McDonald's and you know it'll sit in the car for years and never rot. Right? Like you eat McDonald's, you don't know what they're putting in that. You know, you all this stuff, you take all these medicines, you know.
Not only that, they get so many needles, get shot up with so much stuff. All sports players, really. Half the stuff they get shot up with, they don't know what's that.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So it's hard for me to be understanding to them because I know he gets shot up when his knee hurting or something. He getting shot up for some stuff he don't know what he getting shot up for, and he don't never ask. I know he don't.
It's supposed to be cortisone, but it might be something that's outside of that. That questions me about Tom Brady about that too, about his ACL.
And that's what, you know, athletes like to party too, Jay. You know, athletes like to party. You don't know what's in that alcohol you be drinking. You don't know what be in that lean. They be taking, you know, they be going to that.
It's super fly. It's super fly in there.
You know?
Look, people drink all this stuff. They'll smoke cigarettes and all that stuff, and then talk about, but I don't know what's in the vaccine. I don't know.
He can't be the only person in the NBA that's not vaccinated, dog.
No, because you remember, I don't know if you saw Bradley Beal. He was acting all arrogant about not getting it. So
Andrew Wiggins.
I can't remember what he said. I have to look it up.
DC ain't got that rule though, that you can't go in public places. New York got that rule where you can't go in public places without the vaccine. That's the problem. So he automatically missed 40 games at home. So they won't let him in. This tough. Personally, if I'm him, he gonna take the shot. That's what I'm telling you. He gonna take the shot, DJ. He gonna take it. It's gonna be the next couple of weeks. He gonna take it. He's not gonna keep missing. We talking about big check. His checks ain't small.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, they're a winning organization, so they're gonna pay. You know, like if you play well, they're gonna pay you, and they're gonna pay you. So he said, he said he said it very arrogantly. By the way, he said he wanted an explanation to why the people who receive vaccines are still getting COVID.
I know what's in this.
He said he wanted an explanation.
He said he wanted an explanation. But like, and I think people forget like vaccines ain't a cure. Like if it was, like we'd have vaccine for everything. Like why wouldn't you? Right? Like why wouldn't you have a vaccine for literally everything? Like
No bullshit.
like,
I know my parents used to tell me it was the different. I mean, my parents, my folks, aunt, uncle, older people. They said one thing used to cure everything, and that was fucking penicillin. And now they don't even give you that shit no more.
Couldn't take care at all. You know?
Penicillin gets you off and everything. They don't even give you that shit no more.
The general manager, he left. He made a statement on Kyrie too. I think his name Sean Marks or something. Now he said, given the evolving nature of the situation and after further deliberation, we decided that Kyrie Irving would not play or practice with the team until he get full participation and fully vaccinated. We respect the individual right to choose, but currently the choice restricts his ability to fully participate with the team. Not permit any member of our team to participate in part-time available. It means he can't even play with anybody. Like the team can't go nowhere and work with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he can't be like, all right, since I ain't doing that at the facility, once y'all come to my house and you know what I'm saying? He can't do nothing like that. He can't do nothing. Like he's just gonna be out of it, Slim. I don't know, DJ. This tough because that's tough. That's tough right there, yo. To be honest with you. Because
now, what you say the GM said?
He's saying that first of all, he's not going to. He can't practice, come in the facility, participate with the team. The team can't go to his house. They just can't interact with him at all. So, like, you know how Brady get people to come to his house and
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, wide receivers and shit like that. He can't do stuff like that. So he literally can't play basketball, man. I mean, this is a big decision he's making right here, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And to like, you know, to lose a potential year off your career, you know, because of that's tough, especially because Bradley Beal, I think is, if I'm not mistaken, ain't he expected to get paid?
Bradley Beal
sometime soon.
Will be contract coming up or something.
Yeah, or contract or trade or something. You know, I know he's supposed to be looking for some sort of an extension.
Yeah.
So like this it's a kind of a big year for him to not want to, you know.
I'm surprised on how much they are risking, because to the normal person, this would be a fight to put up for, right? But for a person making mega millions, it's a lot of stake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I'm surprised that it's so many people that just like, especially like you said, Bradley Beal is in a contract year, so he want to get paid. So you're not going to pay if you ain't got a shot. But luckily, he playing in DC where it's not the rule. But now if he got to play New York, he can't go there. You see what I'm saying?
You don't get paid for them games. You don't play. Yeah.
Sure. New York is New York.
Golden State, I think.
Golden State too?
Yeah, Golden State and Toronto, I think it's them three. Yep. Because Toronto is cross country. I mean, across the lines.
Can't even exactly.
Yeah.
That's it's tough, man.
Which is surprising because wouldn't like Sacramento, like because they're in California, or is it just a Golden State thing? I wonder. Is it just like a Bay?
With San Francisco?
Yeah, the Bay Area or something.
I think San Francisco too, right? I ain't heard nothing about San Francisco though. Having that problem.
I say, yeah, that's the Bay Area.
Yep.
So they say something about San Francisco too?
Yeah, that's well, I was wondering about like Sacramento because they're in California, but I guess it's just the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But I think the whole NFL got a mandate for it anyway to take the vaccine.
It's a thing.
LeBron was on that list, so not wanting to take it, and he turned around and took it real quick.
Did you see? It's a thing where for the NFL, like it's different. It's certain like perks to it. Like if somebody get COVID near you, like your close contact stuff don't last for as long. You know, like last year was like 7 days or something. Like this year, if you're a close contact, I don't think you don't have to miss the game or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
They put you on like a reserve list.
Yeah, for like a couple of days or something.
Yeah.
COVID list. Then you gotta take the test over and over again.
But I don't know if they still do. But I know last year they was testing them like every day when they came into the facility.
But could you imagine if LeBron was stuck to it and not do it? You know what I mean? Arenas he couldn't go to. Imagine that was LeBron and not Kyrie.
But that's the thing. Like
huge
big money. Big money for the NBA too. But that's the thing. Like if LeBron is as selfish as a lot of people think he is, he wouldn't have took it and just like he like that's the thing. Like you can believe what you want in terms of what we heard and whatnot, but like
he tried to catch up with Jordan. That's why.
but too like
that shit make Rabbit mad as a motherfucker.
If he would have made a statement, if he would have been like, boom, I'm not taking it myself. Yeah, it would have been a huge statement if it been LeBron. Because things would have been changed. They probably changed some rules or something. Let him get in some of these stadiums. I'm trying to tell you, Slim.
But see, like I said, he said it out his mouth. I ain't take the vaccine. I don't was in it. I ain't fucking with it. But then when this mandate came out, shoot me up now.
He could have made this tough for the NBA.
And that's the thing, like y'all just said, that's a good point. Like these athletes get shot up with almost everything under the sun. Like, like what?
They don't they should be the last people. Athletes should be the last because they get shot with stuff we normally wouldn't even take.
Right, and that's the thing. Like even like I bet you, and I don't know this. I'm just throwing it out here. I bet you like Jason Tatum. Who was the other guy that got COVID last year? Because Jason Tatum's still struggling from it. I bet you Jason Tatum got it in a heartbeat, and I bet you Cat got it in a heartbeat after both his parents died from it. So I don't know. Some of the anti-vax talk sometimes, like I can understand you being scared of it. I can get that, but just like I just ain't gonna do it. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get it because like people and I don't know how it is in y'all's areas, but in my area, at least where I was from, people are very if it ain't happened to me, if it ain't happened to mine, it don't matter. It didn't happen. Yeah. And it's just like because like I already said, if I get COVID, I'm fighting somebody. Somebody gonna get hurt. like I'm fighting somebody for real. Because I was
from experience from it, I finally found out, figured out, around how I got it, but it didn't matter, how you get it. It's to get rid of it and to find out to stay away from it is what really counts. Because once you catch that shit, it depends how your body feel about it. Mine didn't respond to it very well. Rails didn't respond to it very well. So,
Imagine that, DJ. You and your podcast and both of them on the side of you with COVID.
Oh, dang.
Ain't that something?
Oh, and you didn't get it?
No, that night. The funny thing about that night,
he had traces of it.
So I ain't thinking I know. I had a headache. I go home and shit, my head hurt. They start calling me. He called me from the hospital. Rail called me, told me he throwing up. I'm like, what the hell wrong with y'all? The fuck going on, yeah? Tell me he got pneumonia. He in the hospital. The nurse come on the phone. I was like, oh my God, what is happening, Slim? And like he said, I ain't get it like they did. I was sitting right beside him too. But them two was hurt.
And what make it so funny, I was still trying to do podcasts from the hospital bed.
Yes, we were. The nurse had to tell me, no, we can't be doing that. Like, damn. But yeah, but that shit had them fucked up.
Yeah, I ain't really heard good things from it. Like Dre said, from what I heard, it's kind of like how your body responds to it. I heard it's been pretty rough for some, pretty rough for others. And for stuff like this, I always think the worst. If I get it, oh Lord, I'm gonna be out for a whole month. You know, like I always think the worst.
I was out for a month. Me and Red was out for a whole month. It was out for a month, and I kept getting headaches. The fucked up part about the annoying thing about having COVID and you having the symptoms about it is the chill and your body heat, the fever part. As soon as you take the Tylenol, about maybe an hour later, your body gets to normal, but it be burning up like you're hot. You gotta take the blankets off. Then when your body gets cold, you got to put the blankets back on, and then you sweating and you cold as a motherfucker. I'm like, man, god damn.
Yeah, because I
there's so much shit with it. It's just terrible.
But how do you do it in baseball?
What you say?
How they do it in baseball? They doing the same thing?
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
I know they've
I
been.
don't know anything about baseball players.
I know.
They had a lot of shutdowns last year.
I haven't heard anything about nobody catching COVID or facilities shut down since last year when the Cardinals, the whole team, had got it last year.
That's crazy. When you think about it, you ain't heard nothing about it at all. Which bring me to shit. NBA starting up, man. You ready for that?
Oh man.
You know I like the Bulls.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the NBA right now.
Ain't it? It feel funny, yeah.
Yeah. Well, too, like
I want to see the Lakers play. I want to see these old motherfuckers falling their face, you know?
Yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do. I'm wondering what the Sixers are gonna do because Ben Simmons just showed up. He don't want to play. They can't find a trade for him.
You can't find him. Not his what. No matter what the media talk about, is above average player. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's hard to get the same kind of player in him.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I wish they could make it work. Like, I don't know what you have to do. Like, the hard part about it is he's a grown man, right? If he don't want to learn how to shoot the ball, he don't want to learn how to shoot the ball.
They need to forget about that and draft
around him.
Draft a guard that shoots.
Yeah, but that's what's hard because he's such a good playmaker. They want him to be the guard. And last year, like that's the thing. Like even last year,
I can't have him be the guard.
For example,
what
do y'all remember Joe Dumars?
Yeah.
Now, if you had him beside Simmons, some player like that, somebody that's just going to straight shoot, he can bring it up. Right?
That's what I was thinking. Because last year, like they brought in more shooters. Like Furkan played more. Furkan played more. They didn't play Shake as much, which I was surprised about.
Yeah, you can't. I don't understand. You can't just look at him and be like, "Are you start shooting this and start doing that?" Like,
yeah. And this Seth too, Seth Curry, bringing him in that was huge. And then of course Joel can shoot whenever he needs to too. But like, I mean, that was
now
like
they also got a center who can actually be the center.
Yeah.
Joel B could be the center, but he's outside. But you got Andre Drummond who's on the inside getting the big rebounds.
Good. I think that's the problem. Like their makeup of their team, the GM didn't put the right players in it. Like
they did the same thing they did with you remember when they brought in Al Horford? It's the same concept. Like like Al Horford wasn't as good of a shooter as he once was, number one. But now Drummond gonna close everything in. You gonna start Ben Simmons, Drummond, and Embiid? That ain't gonna work.
Crazy. That's my point. It's like you blaming somebody for something that you should be taking care of. Like for example, the center. You got a center that's gonna be top notch for the next 5-10 years, right? You put somebody beside him, more of a banger, rebounder. That's all they think about. A slim person that run up and down the field, run up and down the court. On the wing, you know what I'm saying? Right beside.
But you got a problem. You got a problem because Joel Embiid is injury prone too.
But
So that alleviates the part where he be inside or outside, both side be inside and outside.
Now you gotta get
So-
players to complement your stars. Like that big man needs somebody beside him that bangs and rebound and run the floor. Beside, period.
See, I think too, like I feel like Philly's organization, and I don't know if it's just the kind of inexperience in a way of Elton Brand as a GM, but like they listen too much to the fans and the media. Like I've talked about how Ben Simmons can't shoot for like my entire life. But like I like Ben Simmons. I just wish he was more aggressive. Like there's just sometimes where he's such a playmaker mentally that like there's literally like a meme of it, but it's a real picture where he could have dunked on Trae Young. You know how short Trae Young is. He could have compared to Ben Simmons. He could have dunked on Trae Young and he passed it. He passed it out. It's like, I mean, it would have won the game. So like
I know what you're saying.
yeah, like my thing is like I think they can make it work. I don't think there's that like they made it work last year. They looked completely fine. They just had a tough series against the Hawks. I think if they could have got past the Hawks, they probably could have went to the finals because they had a good makeup to go against Giannis.
They need players. They need complementary players besides Simmons and Big Man because the players they got beside him don't match with them. So
Simmons,
I wish they could have kept JJ Redick back when he left. When he left,
right.
It was just because JJ Redick can shoot off of any platform from anywhere on the court.
y'all missing Tobias Harris too.
Is he hurt right now? But like,
I'm
and
not
that's
sure.
but that's the
You
thing
got
too.
Tobias Harris and you got Danny Green.
Yeah, because
Complimentary shooters.
and that's another one. Danny Green got hurt last year in the playoffs, and they forget that. But like Tobias Harris is good, and I like Tobias Harris a lot. But Tobias Harris, kind of like Rabbit was saying, he no knockdown shooter though, especially from three. Like he can hit mid range all day, but like from three, he's not a knockdown shooter. So like that closes everything in. Ben already can't stretch the floor. If you're gonna run Ben from the inside, then you gotta have people around him that's gonna spread everything out so he can work.
But see, pretty much Ben Simmons is one dimensional. And everybody knows it, so they goes down low with him. So because he goes down low, he have to pass out. They have to pass around, go to Embiid, see what he gonna do, shoot a three or go to the hole.
Yeah,
it's a good chance he gonna get hurt on the way.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, so
he
is
can't
Giannis.
really shoot. He can't really shoot a free throw either.
Yeah, and that's also an issue. But like Giannis is the same way. Like Giannis did improve his 3-point shot a little bit last year, but it won't like drastic. Nobody.
But he did work on it though.
I could have swore he still airballed a couple of threes in the playoffs last year. So
he did, but he did work on his. He did work on his shooting. I give him that. Ben Simmons. I see this nigga. He was at some event with a bitch. So I mean, that's his way of shooting, working on his shooting.
You think Bradley Beal would be a good fit for center on the other guard?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't. I'm just trying to think like what they're gonna try to get. I'm trying to think what Philly gonna try to get for Ben. Like my hope is, I mean, if they gonna trade
the Wizards almost grabbed that hook though. They offered him the trade. And they was about to trade Bradley Beal to him.
Yeah,
they was close. They was about to.
See,
but
I don't know if they can get like. I wouldn't even be mad if they got like. It was 3 players I was thinking of. I mean, I would love Dame, but I don't know if they could get Dame. They
almost got Kyrie too.
Yeah,
because the Nets got sick of Kyrie's bullshit.
I would have been.
They like, man, we get Ben Simmons over here. Fuck.
They might. CJ,
they changed their mind.
CJ is one that, like CJ McCollum. I wouldn't be mad about. There's another guy, another number Zach 2 Levine? Guy, huh?
Zach LaVine played the Bulls.
Maybe Zach LaVine. There's another number 2 guy, but I can't.
That'd be a good trade.
I'm blanking on who it is though. It's another number 2 guy that's really good. I can't remember what it.
Did he play for the Raptors and got traded to Miami?
You talking about
like Portland?
Not CJ McCollum.
I wish they could have kept Jimmy Butler, by the way. why we thinking in that direction. I wish we could have kept Jimmy Butler, but
Man played for Charlotte nice too. Terry Rose.
What's his name?
I wouldn't even be mad if they went and got Lonzo.
For real?
Maybe not. I mean, they could
He
probably
better
get
than
Lonzo
Simmons.
and something and some other thing, like some other
He
thing
better
out
than
of it for
Simmons.
Ben, but
Kyrie Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. I could do a hero, but they gonna keep him.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
I could do a Victor Albadipo
If he can stay healthy.
if he can stay healthy.
You know, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there joined somewhere too. We ain't played with Dallas. Somebody like that besides Simmons.
Right.
Need somebody like that.
Yeah.
I just think they should keep Simmons and work around all that. They got two players that can take them to the finals easy.
He needs to work on his shooting.
And that-
Players behind them.
They just and it like they've been trying to break them up for the last couple of years, and then Doc came in and he meshed them together and it worked. And they look better probably than they have in quite some time. Joel was more healthy than he's been in years. But he still took his rest games or whatever, but he was more healthy than he's been. And I really don't understand it either. Like I mean, I was quick to be like, yeah, it's time for Ben to go too. But I just think Ben just, if he could be more aggressive, like that's really all he's missing. He's missing like a almost like a killer type mentality in certain moments of the game. And sometimes it's hard for him because he can't shoot. So
But see,
if you back up off him, you know,
he got that same problem LeBron got. But LeBron's is less blurring than his. Where they scared to do the big thing. LeBron is just more dynamic than him. That's all. Yeah. But their mental state is the same. Like, I'd rather pass this joint than go down there, go to the line or anything. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing too. Like, but LeBron gonna make the best play. That's like more so than Ben Simmons. LeBron is gonna dunk on Trae Young if Trae Young is standing under that goal.
That's
right.
The difference. Yeah,
like Ben Simmons gonna pass that thing out like somehow for some reason.
Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. Jake, you good on that? Or you need it? You good? You muted.
I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad about I wouldn't even be mad about so CJ McCollum is one I wouldn't be mad about. Jaylen Brown we probably would never get. They really like him a lot. I'm trying to think because it's somebody else that I'm missing, but I can't put my finger on who it is. I really wish we would have just drafted Jason Tatum. Just to be honest, I wish that just would have happened.
John Morant.
Even Paul George. Like a lot of people are hard on Paul George, but I would not be mad about having Paul George in Philly. I really wouldn't be.
Paul George.
Maybe. What about Kwame? What's his name? Not Kwame.
Why you want to talk about Kwame Brown?
Not Kwame Brown. my man from the Clippers, Kawhi.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. See, that Henny got you saying Kwame Brown. Kawhi Leonard. Hey, what y'all think about Kawhi though? I never really looked at him as like a top 5. I think defensively he's good.
But Kawhi is one of those guys who in the NBA, you know, there's a lot of those guys in the NFL, but a lot of these guys in the NBA, Kawhi is one of those guys who gets a pass, right? Because he got 2 titles and he's won recently. So they even last year, the last 2 years, there's no way they shouldn't have been at least in the conference finals. There's no with all that talent, there's no way.
And then he takes off what the fuck? He take games off and shit. I don't like that part.
I'm so sick about it. I'm still sitting here looking at Jimmy Butler, and mad we didn't pay him a ransom to keep him because, like, I remember watching those playoffs and I'm like Jimmy Butler the only one showing up here. Like I'm gonna need y'all to re-sign this man. Like what the heck? And like I'll never understand that. Like, because I think that was the year that Kawhi hit that ridiculous shot, and that's when they won in the finals, I think. But like I'm sitting there, I'm like, Jimmy the only one playing. Like Jimmy the only one doing anything. Like. And he ain't on the roster next year. How? Like, if y'all like re-sign this man
ASAP. Now, before we get out of here, man, I want to talk a little bit wrestling, right? Awesome Kong. I think they said they're gonna put in the Hall of Fame in WWE.
Nope, not in WWE.
Yeah, in TNA.
In TNA.
Oh, what you think about that? TNA, or where you think she should go to be in Hall of Fame? You think she should be in WWE?
TNA by far, because she didn't even get her chance in WWE like that. Remember, because remember, she signed and then got pregnant and then left. Remember
that? Yeah,
she got signed. It was huge. Everybody was freaking happy, and then she got pregnant, so she had to leave, and then I don't think she ever got back to where she wanted to be.
I remember that, yeah.
Yep, that's what happened.
Cause I remember she came in there at the same time as my girl Gail Kim. Gail Kim grew frustrated with WWE and they bullshit. Like she eliminated herself out of the little Royal Rumble they had. And then she threw herself out. She threw herself out and said, fuck this shit.
She danced with the TNA after that shit. And the story was
a lot of people goes to that's because WWE got too big headed after WCW had failed and ECW. Then they felt like, all right, ain't nobody in competition. We're gonna change this thing up. So now they're in the PG era. Now they're in a situation how WCW was 20 years ago. Now I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at how, how things is going, how Karma, was this also her other ring name, Karma, is spinning around on this thing. WWE might be shooting out. Who knows?
I think her career in TNA was about her best.
It was
in her career ever, right? Because even though she was over in Japan, I still think TNA was her best because she was full throttle. She was healthy. She wasn't pregnant or nothing like that. She was on top of the card. You know what I'm saying? I think she was the top heel.
Well, and she was revolutionary too, right? Like at the time, you weren't seeing like the workhorse type wrestlers for the women, throughout mainstream wrestling like that. So like you need to think about like WWE, they had like back then like the Divas and all that, and TNA went the complete opposite with Kong and Gail Kim, and even bringing in like Terry and Terrell and stuff like that. They went the complete opposite and tried to go for more of a, this kind of, we gonna take the women a little bit more seriously. So she kind of like helped start that. I feel like we did a video about. I don't think Rabbit got a chance to hop on. I wanted him to hop on this one, but we was talking about who started the women's revolution in terms of like women's wrestling. Casey, of course, said the Indies. I was saying Impact, TNA. And then Adam was saying WWE. So
how can you say WWE?
He was saying WWE based off of like Trish Stratus and Lita. But I was like, but my thought, and Casey went with the Indies because he felt like Shimmer and all them like started the blueprint of it. They just didn't have the audience to showcase it. So people like, you take kind of ideas from other people and then you can spin it, like the NWO wasn't WCW's idea, but they made the NWO what the NWO was, right? So that's how he felt about that. And then I went with TNA because I just think they've been consistent. since Kong and Gail Kim was, first started the thing, they've been consistent. Even now, like, like, you may not watch Impact and you may not like know who's on the roster, but if you turn it on and you watch the women on the roster, you still gonna enjoy it. Like, and I ain't watched Impact in a couple months, and I still know if I turn it on today, I'm still gonna enjoy the women. And I think Deonna Purrazzo is still the champion. I'm still gonna enjoy, the women's wrestling on there. And they got the tag team championships too right now for the women, and that's doing far better than anything WWE did with the tag team championships for the women. So
that was the key to TNA, because what they did was let the women be them. And I think Gail Kim was the spearhead of that, because her whole mindset was she don't want to be treated like dolls and pretty women and all that. That's why she left WWE. So her mindset came to TNA. And when they started knockouts, it was her mindset in TNA, in the knockouts, of pure wrestling from the females, none of this playing. And she did that, started off with the Royal Rumble, and it went on from there. Her matches were serious. She never came to do a match where it was playing around going on. You know what I'm saying?
Because like right now, the situation with WWE and the females, wrestling period, they boost these people up, and the people that they boosts up is against to the people like
nah, TNA ain't do that. I know exactly what you're saying.
TNA and AEW don't do that shit.
Yeah,
so
you get John Cena for years and shit. You don't want to see him. Yeah,
you get fucking right now it's Charlotte Flair, and they keep putting the belt on her to catch up with her father, 16 time reign. Why do that? She should. Is she the product of Ric Flair, who's a 16-time champion? Why have her to follow the same path as her father? Nobody don't want to see that. That's why people don't fuck with her right now.
Yeah,
because they've got her into the same. She predictably going to the same path as her father.
Well, and they did it too quick. I don't
have. She like the 12-time champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's been 4 years.
Yeah, she's been there like 4 or 5 years. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like, I love Charlotte. I think Charlotte's great. The criticism Charlotte gets is ridiculous. She's good, but WWE, it's all WWE's fault. That's on WWE, right? Like, if you gonna like me, like if I debut in WWE today and they say, hey DJ, we're gonna give you the title 12 times before your first 4 years is over. Okay, cool. I'll take all that money. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think you can ever blame the talent for that, but you can always blame like the creative. Like, why are you doing? Like, it's cool. Like, my thing is, I think it's cool to have her, kind of chase after her dad's dream, but her dad's like legacy or whatever. But like, why not make that be a chase, right? Like, why not make that be like this big story of like, okay, Charlotte trying to do the same thing her dad did. Is she really as good as her dad? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not make that a big chase for somebody to get into?
And then the fucked up part about it, as we now speak, where's Ric Flair? He's banned out WWE is what I heard, because of the fucking that documentary about him swinging his dick around like a helicopter on a fucking plane. What? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so
the airplane from hell.
Yeah,
you gotta look at that documentary. What was that?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I sent you the link to it.
I got you.
What's the name of it? The Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna watch that joint. We're gonna review that joint.
Your man got a robe on, his Nature Boy robe on.
Go ahead, I already know.
Going in front of these attendants, swinging his dick around like a helicopter, talking about whoa!
I did do that. But I don't like what they doing with his daughter, because it's too predictable. It's like, if you know Ric Flair, you know him because he had the title so many times, right?
Right. Come on now, stop shoving this stupid shit down the throats.
So why would you do the daughter like that? Why would you just don't make her one of the bona fide wrestlers without the titles most of the time? You feel me? And then when she start getting the title, then you can run it off, because she one of the top notch. You feel me?
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing it so quick?
Exactly.
Like,
what I mean.
I don't mind if the end product is for her to get there, but like it's been 4 or 5 years and over she's getting the title. And what happens is when you get the title that many times for during that small period of time, you're sitting there like,
you bored.
all right, where the other talent at? Right? like, all right, let me cheer for somebody else. And the thing is, WWE, you know, they still got some smart booking here and there. WWE, you got Bayley, who people love. You got Sasha, who people love. You got Becky, who people love.
Ric Flair's daughter, mic work is not like Sasha's.
Right.
A mic work ain't even like Ric Flair's.
Right.
Like pushing something that ain't there.
Exactly. You got all these people.
The new chick, Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca Belair. You got all these people that people want to see. Right.
I love her.
Like
they better on the mic too. They better on the mic.
It don't make sense. You got all these people that people want to see, but then you kind of just pushing Charlotte, which I get it. Charlotte is a star. That's fine. But like, so is Bianca. So is Sasha.
You got
so is Bayley.
so many stars.
I'll turn on WWE just to look at Bianca and then turn the shit right back on.
Yeah, I realized she's coming in with the name Ric Flair, so she already got a leg up. Instead of them building stars like Sasha, making a star that's not famous off of name anyway, that means you building a star. It's like they turn their back on that to keep working on somebody that's already bona fide name. That's why I said these 4 years should have been her struggling to be like her father. That should have been a storyline. She keep coming close to the title and never get it. You know what I'm saying? They should have done that for 3-4 years straight without her touching the title, always getting in matches, but not getting the title. And that would be a storyline.
And shoot, they could have even brought in the fact that like she was successful in NXT. So like they could make that a thing. Like, oh, you need to go. Like that could be like Sasha being a heel. You need to go back down to developmental. You can't win nothing up here. Yeah. You can't win nothing up here. You need to go back down to that. Yeah,
exactly. Say my father. You know what my father is. That type stuff, man. Like, what are you talking about? No, we need to go back and work on something, man. You know what I'm saying? That type stuff. That would have been a storyline. Her struggling for years and years trying to get the title like a father. You know what I'm saying? Which would have been long because she just started. It only been, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Like now she can start running off the titles and shit. When everybody is invested in her, like, man, she was trying to get this title like a father all this time. And she finally get it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. If that would have worked, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just shoving her with the title all the time down everybody's throat. Like
Roman Reigns.
Oh, he was that's
they doing that to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Can't leave him out.
But I always believed in a knockout.
The old head people like Goldberg, they doing that down.
But they too busy. See, and that's the thing about WWE though. They too busy trying to push, you know, their own stars. Like I've been waiting for Kevin Owens to get a real world title run for so long. Like he probably gonna leave more than likely. But
yeah. He's been there too long. Like
don't get me wrong, like, and that's the thing, like, if we got this Roman that's on the screen now, way back when, then it'd have been a whole different, it'd have been a whole different story, I think, for fans just in general. But now it's like, well, you had all this time to create this Roman. What about these other guys like Cesaro? Like I remember seeing Cesaro and Daniel Bryan in the ring at what was it? Elimination Chamber, I think, or something like that, in that Elimination Chamber match. And I'm like, how have you had these guys for so long? Right? They've had Cesaro and Daniel Bryan for like Daniel Bryan been there for like 10 years. Cesaro been there for like 6 or 7 or whatever. You've had these guys
been there for 10 years.
Right. Okay. Yes. Like you had these guys for so long, and we've never seen this one-on-one match. How? Like, how does that happen? How do you have Daniel Bryan as good as he is, and he ain't never had a feud with Kevin Owens? He never had a feud with Sami Zayn. He never had like all these dream scenarios, right? Yeah. That give AEW their credit that they try a little bit harder to create. Like, how?
If you just go strictly on just writing all the time, it's gonna get blamed. That's why I love TNA, because they go off writing, but then they do a battle royal or something, which starts new feuds. You know what I'm saying? Or they do somewhere everybody in the ring, and you start over. You start new feuds there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I still like, I ain't watched TNA in months, and I still TNA got this like power over me. I don't know what it is, but like I want to watch it. I still want to be like, and it's just kind of been how crazy my schedule is, and I feel like I don't have time to sit down and watch a live show for 2 hours. But like, my thing is like, for some reason, even like this week, I'm like, dang, I want to go watch TNA. Like I ain't watched TNA in months. Like, but for some reason, there's something about it. I'll see it on Instagram or something. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I need to go check them out again.
Yeah, I'll be seeing that too.
I be seeing shit like that on Instagram where they be having these nice ass matches and they be having the highlights of them and they be having the highlights of AEW and I like how they mashing them together like that and ROH. So they pretty much mash and New Japan Wrestling. So you got 4 competitions matched in one against the WWE. But the WWE, like they like, you know how like the circus used to, you know how the circus go around town to town and they got the animals in cages. This is how the wrestlers feel. They feel like they're in cages. They get in these contracts. They get restricted. They can't have YouTube shows. They can't do this. They can't do that.
They all
can't make a baby. They put a IUD in you so you won't make a baby. Shit like that. I mean, come on now.
See, and like my thing is, like, I feel like I haven't watched Impact in a while. But I've caught AEW at times, and like, I mean, I think production value, they're great. Like, I think their production value looks really good. That they still hit and miss for me, but like, it's still just something about Impact. I wish
WWE.
Sometimes I wish Impact had like the TV deal that AEW had, or the money, or the backing, or something that AEW had, just to like be able to showcase it to the world. Because like, I'm still sitting here thinking like, man, like I just want to watch Impact. I don't have Access TV anymore, I don't think, or I don't have DVR one, so I struggle to watch it. But like, I'm like, I think Impact is better than AEW is right now, and I ain't even watched Impact to even say that. But
I wish Dixie was to take over that joint again. She had a more broader vision of something big, better, something different than WWE.
Yeah, it's the difference between the first Dixie or the kind of like the last part of Dixie.
I don't know. I just need her back. First of all, she made sure the girls were knockouts for real. Not, you know what I'm saying? It was all that because of her and Gail Kim. Remember, they had Awesome Kong, they had Angelina Love, they had Tara, they had ODB.
Gail Kim is, I think she's like writing for the knockouts now.
Madison Rain,
I think.
She got
remember they had my girl who had the tarantula. I forgot her name.
Tara.
That's her, yeah.
I used to love her.
Oh man, they had a roster now. Don't play. The roster was, and anybody they put together, the matches was so like that, dog. I don't know. I'll be telling people, man, to go back and watch Knockouts TNA, because the matches they put together was so like that for the girls. For the they was just like that, dog. The feud was like that. And they started some shows off with the girls. It was just they focused on Knockouts like a month on TNA, man.
Knockouts and X Division.
They just ain't do this the play around with them like that. You know what I'm saying? They really made them certain. They had serious storylines and everything. So they did serious. And when you see they had cage matches, they was getting it in. They was getting it in.
I wanted to ask you, Rabbit, what you thinking about your Bears right now?
You know better than that. You know way better than that. Like I was telling everybody, was talking about fire my man. Like we ain't not firing nobody. You know what I'm saying? Once my man get in there, we're going to Super Bowl, right? Like my man say on minutes, you don't fuck that, right? We're going to Super Bowl, right? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be Baltimore. It's gonna be our 3 teams though. In the playoffs, because we play Green Bay.
Y'all making it this season?
Yeah. We play Green Bay Sunday. Right? That's who we got Justin Fields for, Green Bay.
Yeah, because they got the same style. They got to get that that pass action play.
Nah, right now,
They do the same shit.
right now, DJ. I've been liking the Bears since '84. The year before they went to Super Bowl, right? I was a little ass boy. I used to love Walter Payton, so that what made me start liking the Bears. But the year after that is when they just was crazy. They went all the way to Super Bowl and shit. And ever since then, I've been Bears, right? And we never, thank you, football gods. We never had us no Justin Fields shit. You know what I'm saying? We just had none of that. We never had none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I always looked around the league like, damn, can we get one of those? You know what I'm saying? But then Baltimore, can we get one? You know? Just one. You know what I'm saying? We got one, Jay. We got one. So us, Baltimore, Kansas City, we're gonna be fighting. We're up there with y'all. Don't worry about it. Give us one more year with him. It'll be just with y'all. Justin Fields and the Bears, boy. Yes. I'm happy, Slim. For the next 10 years, I'm good.
I like Justin Fields.
Good, Jay.
I've always liked him. I've always liked Justin Fields.
Man, he's been taking some ass whoopings if y'all watch these games, though.
Yeah.
He's been getting punished.
I noticed that.
Jeez. Now, last week he went out with a knee joint. I'm about to die, man. You know what I'm saying? He came back in. I was ready to go. I was on that joint live. I did a live joint. Watch the game live. What's that called? A live party or some shit?
Watch party? Yeah.
Yeah. Did one of those. I'm doing different next time. It was my first time, you know. But yeah. Then we ready to do it, Jay. It's our year. DJ, you got something to say before we get up out of here, though?
Nah, I think I'm good, man.
I don't know about your podcast though. When you about to come out there and talk about some wrestling and stuff, where they find the real wrestling stuff at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to get back into the wrestling content. We've been talking too much football lately. We've been talking too much football lately, man. The Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. We do everything from wrestling to we do the Baltimore Cold Show, which is weekly picks. Rail be on there sometimes. He didn't join us for the picks. And then I do the Ravens recaps because, you know, why not? And, you know, we just talk about it, a little bit of everything, man. We ain't like y'all, though. We don't talk about I made a thing. I can't remember what I said. I was like, y'all like the all-in-one podcast. I was like, y'all like the all-in-one podcast. Y'all talk about a little bit of everything on that joint.
Hey, that reminds me. Everybody wants to catch OnlyFans Jay and your boy. You know what I'm saying? We live Sundays and Wednesdays for sure. We podcast for sure. That's 2-3P podcast. Catch that book joint out. You know? Until then, next week we'll be back here again Tuesday with Ravage Reality, and we'll review the Ric Flair joint. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna laugh your ass off.
So yeah,
It's so much shit that was revealed on that jump. That's just like it don't make no sense.
That's what's up. Yeah, I want to watch that joint. So documentary on Ric Flair will be reviewed on the next Ravage Reality.
Well, it's actually the plane ride from hell, but
yeah,
this one got Ric Flair, you know, in hot water.
And Tommy Dreamer too.
And Tommy
He's
Dreamer.
a wild dude anyway, Slim.
They got them both in hot water.
For sure. Appreciate you, DJ. Slap past the joint, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Next week I'm gonna review that the movie you just sent me too, the documentary. We're gonna review.
I got you.
That. And you know I'm gonna talk all Bears. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, catch you in the podcast pit tomorrow, player. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all.
All right.